Welcome to a webinar about the philosophy and the offering of Dubhub. Dubhub is a localization studio with offices in Stockholm, Istanbul and Amsterdam, and we are doing language localizations of TV series using the latest technologies, best humans, and then in many cases combining with direct consumer management. Why does language version matters? Well, as a producer of TV or a content owner, I believe we are in a very unique situation right now where we, for the first time in the human history, can reach the entire world at just a very limited budget for localization. I'm going to talk about two examples why this matters. If we take Netflix, for example, they started more than 10 years ago investing heavily in localization for their TV series. If you are producing Squid Games in South Korea or Young Royals in Sweden, they are directly dubbed into more than 20 languages plus a lot of subtitles. And that has paid off incredibly well. Now it turns out that their top assets are not necessarily from England or from the US, they can come from anywhere in the world. If you take a look at the top 10 series on Netflix a given week this year, you see that the English language series, they gather 44 million views. And the non-English language series, they gather 61 million views. This is because anybody around the world can watch it in their own language with audio dubs. The other case I'm going to talk about is the Turkish drama stories. If you take a Turkish typical series, here are some of the most popular ones, a top series can being licensed to different clients around the world for over $100 million per year. But in 2014, they also started to put them directly on YouTube. This was very early at the time. YouTube was mainly small clips. But at Google in Germany, they thought, why don't we take a full-length series and put them on Google? This has paid off very well, and today top series may bring 20 million subscribers and altogether bringing 15 billion views. This is just amazing. I'm going to talk a little bit how this can develop further. Golden Boy, for example, is one hit TV series in the last year. There are 7 million subscribers on YouTube and 5 billion views. And the number of views per episode is pretty amazing. You have 42 million views on the first episode and then stable on 25 to 30. Another example is Kurulus Osman, which is a historical drama. There you have 12 million subscribers on YouTube and 6.4 billion views. Then they have launched an Urdu version, where they have dubbed the series into Urdu for Pakistan and parts of India mainly, and where they have 11 million subscribers and 9 billion views. This is a huge potential. The power of language versions. Once you have one series in one language and you dub it into additional languages, you reach completely new audiences. This is a summary of some Turkish series and the partner revenue on YouTube. Those are the series Elif, Herkay, Legacy, The Promise, and the two that I mentioned. And they have altogether around between 1 and up to 6 billion views. And those are the revenues that are gathered from the original version, between $2 and $10 million. Then they have to date added some language versions, Elif, for example, Arabic, Spanish, and Persian, bringing another 4 million views. Those are estimated based on the number of views times a certain multiple per revenue. So this is an estimate. Those are not the real figures. But if you would do the full language versions, taking let's say 10 or 15 languages that we are now able to do, those are the revenues that we expect to bring from those series, between 10 and $50 million. Those are a lot of money. Well, here we have a great opportunity for content owner. If you have a YouTube channel with, let's say, 500,000 or 1 million subscribers, there are no reasons not to dub them into 5 to 10 languages and put them back on YouTube. If you see this pyramid, here you see the number of channels and number of subscribers on YouTube today. You have 12 channels who has more than 100 million subscribers. Then you have, in the span of between 1 and 50 million, you have another 60,000 channels. So if you are in the span of more than 1 million subscribers up to 50 million subscribers, what is happening now when AI makes localization so cheap and affordable and more easy to do, you have a huge revenue potential. Let's see how this can be used. This is one of the top 10 channels in the world, Nikki and Vlad. They have 140 million subscribers. This is a kids channel on the original language, English language channels. But then they have launched parallel channels in a huge number of languages, like the Arabic version, the Indian version, the Spanish version, and there are maybe 20 different language versions. And if they have 145 million subscribers on the original English channel, they have gathered to date 450 million subscribers on the language channels. So basically tripling the amount of viewers and the revenues that you can get from your original channel. Many people thought when AI dubbing came that it will be just a machine, you put the TV series into one end and you get audio dubs out in the other. This is not really the case. So basically the question is, will the machine do it all? And at Dubhub we are convinced no, not anytime soon. Of course, if you have basic needs, if you have one voice and you're going to do it like a short clip or something, you can go to 11 Labs or some other service just to do your dub. But if you have a more advanced production, AI is powerful, but human craft in the production studio is still very vital. And at Dubhub, we are combining the best experts, the human factor, together with the best technical system. One important thing when you do AI dubbing is the voice cloning, or if you have prompted voices, basically the voice casting. Just as in a normal traditional dubbing studio, you take in actors, you cast them, you find the best voice for the right character. We do exactly the same work, but we do it through voice synthesis. We do it through the AI. But the human craft of choosing them and prompting them and directing them is still very crucial. We have very good physical language editors, both in the source language and in the target language. And that's super important to have, to not underestimate. Anybody who's done an AI translation understands that it's not perfect. You need to know a lot to make it good, and you need to edit it. And you need to also know the target language to understand the nuances of the series. And you need to make a final sound mix. This needs to be done by an experienced sound engineer who knows what he's doing and can do a good final mix. Well, the other thing that we do here is that the immediate opportunity is to pair AI dubbing in large volumes with YouTube management, because there is no reason, if you have, let's say, more than 500,000 subscribers, you can grow to 1 million subscribers. There is no reason not to duplicate that into additional 5-6 languages and make a lot of more money. There is a debate going on YouTube if it's best to have multi-language audio function on YouTube, where you basically have the same channel, but the system feels what language you're coming from and giving you the audio dub. We still believe that it's better to launch separate channels, but there are different alternatives here. That's one question. And the tech development, because quite honestly, to date, AI dubbing has been a bit robotic and a bit static. You kind of lack the emotion. This problem is now solved by our technical team, and now in September 2025, we're launching our add-on called Evotion. Evotion, in short, means that you analyze the emotion from the original dialogue and you direct each piece of dialogue in a proper way so you get the emotion transfer. To date, AI dubbing has been understandable. You understand what they are saying, but you don't feel anything. Dubhub is now adding Evotion, and that is a huge change, and we are very proud of our technical solution here. To get a demo of Evotion and discuss the opportunity, contact our sales team, and we'll make your content reach new audiences and create new revenue. Thanks for your time.